everyone, welcome back. As you guys saw in the thumbnail, this is not going to be the most positive video, and I don't mean to be negative, but at the same time I do want to keep it real for you guys. I am really disappointed. I mean, I feel like I wasted my money. I do want to share my experience with you guys, so let's get started. So first, let's try out these YSL Ink Blur lip stains. I'm going to start off with the lightest shade first, but I have tried these already and I am extremely disappointed. And this one is shade number 44. It's a very nice perfumey smell, nothing like overbearing or nasty. It's a nice perfumey smell. Let me bring you guys a little bit closer so you can get a better look. But I think the shade is really nice, but I don't necessarily see any blurring effect. It's definitely not emphasizing my lines, but I'm not seeing any blurring effect. But at the same time, the finish is nice. It looks really nice and soft. Let me put on the second shade and then I'll tell you what my problem is with these lip stains, or hint, so-called lip stains. But the shade is really pretty. So the previous shade was a little bit lighter. It was a nice light pink. And the other one I got is a little bit darker. It's shade number 23362Y600. Oh yeah, that's a really nice shade. I don't even know what color this is, but it's beautiful. It's like a mix of neutral pink and some plum, some berry. It's everything. Very pretty shade. The finish is really nice and soft looking, so I do understand why they're calling it like a ink blur. And I feel like the darker color might be a little bit more blurring than the lighter shade. I do really love this shade. Now, so far I've been saying nice things about it. Let me say one more nice thing before I go on to the not so nice thing. The packaging is nice. The packaging is nice and sleek. It's not shiny like most of YSL lipsticks. This is a little bit different, and you get a little bit of a peekaboo of the shade right here. I love that little detail. I think that's very helpful, very convenient. And yeah, I do like the packaging. I like the finish, the way it looks, really nice and soft. The application is easy, nothing wrong with the applicator. It was easy to apply, works on my small lips. Can't speak for bigger, fuller lips. Both shades are nice colors. Now, some of the issues that I have with it is, one, once it dries down, it becomes a little bit uncomfortable. Not super uncomfortable, just a little bit uncomfortable. But then it also gets very sticky. So the softness that you see in the beginning doesn't stay after, I don't know how long, maybe 5-10 minutes. Once the formula dries down a little bit, it just turns into a very sticky formula. Like your lips feel sticky, like there was honey on it and the honey got thickened or dried out, and then your lips are just left feeling very, very sticky. And then the other thing that really got me upset was they called it a stain, but I barely saw any staining on my lips. The lighter pink had no staining whatsoever, and then the darker pink, the darker color left like very, very little uneven stain. And I was looking for a stain. When I read the description, ink blurring stain, I was like, ooh, that's interesting. Sounds like the finish will be creamy instead of like a lip oil like the Rare Beauty ones. Those go on like a lip oil, lip gloss, and then you have a stain underneath. But this one I was like, oh, maybe it's like a lip cream because it's blurring, and then it will leave a stain underneath. But the stain is barely there. This turns more into like a liquid lipstick, where in the end what you're taking off is actually just dried down lipstick instead of an actual stain on your lips. I mean, it is starting to actually get sticky already within a few minutes. Now, I did end up applying a little bit of a lip balm when I had initially tried it out because it was starting to feel kind of annoying on my lips, and that did help. So putting on a little bit of lip balm once it dries down will help with that weird, uncomfortable feeling on your lips. It could work for some people. It was just personally really disappointing to me because it just feels like a regular liquid lipstick. There's nothing staining. It's not a lip cream. It was just a bit deceiving for me. Now I'm like really scared because I'm gonna try out these Patrick Ta blushes. First, let's start with She's Seductive. I did take a little peek and they look really pigmented, which I'm actually scared of because I was actually looking for not pigmented blushes. I was looking for something nude, something light, because that seems to be the trend for 2025, and I'm like, oh, let me get some blushes that follow the trend. And this looks pretty dark in person. I am so scared. But I'm gonna start off with the powder one. Yeah, that's pigmented, and it has like a pinkish undertone even though it looks kind of brownish in the pan, but it's definitely like giving me neutral pink, but with, I don't know, maybe some purple or mauve. I don't even know why I bought Patrick Ta blushes. I've never been blown away by them. At times I've felt like they've been too dry and a little patchy. Why did I spend my money on this? Like, it's nothing revolutionary. There's nothing blurring, nothing like silky satiny. Like, it's just a blush. Like, I could have spent just a little bit more and gotten like Dolce & Gabbana blush. I love those and I would have been just very happy. It is a really nice shade. I like whatever like colors are mixed into the neutral pink. It's kind of giving a little bit of like a plummy vibe. Like maybe there's some like purple in there. Though on camera it looks okay. Not bad. Let's put on the cream on top and let's see what that does. Okay. My cheeks are also kind of hairy. Ooh, I actually like it with the cream on top. It kind of helps blend in the powder and makes the powder less dry looking. Like, it smoothens the powder out. So I guess these blush duos, you are meant to kind of use the blush duo actually in one sitting together on top of each other, and I like this so much better. Actually, now this shade is reminding me of one of the Tower 28 cream blushes that I had. I don't know if it was office hours or, but I can't remember, but it's one of those Tower 28 cream blush shades, and I'm really liking it now. It's not what I expected, but I feel like it's looking really beautiful with the lipstick shade. Like, this shade of blush, the one that is called So this shade of the blush called She's Seductive goes very well with the lipstick shade 233 of the new YSL Ink Blurs. So I feel like they're just like made for each other. And they kind of go with the purple eyeshadow too. All right, not what I expected. More pigmented than I wanted, but also not unhappy. I'm actually like, maybe I never really tried the powder and the cream together. And the powder by itself is just not pretty. Like, if you have these duos, definitely always, I would say, wear the powder and the cream together. So if, let's say, you're a lighter skin, then don't get the pigmented ones, because you might be like, oh, I'll just use a lighter hand with the powder, but then the powder blush is not that great. All right, so this next one is called She Goes to the Gym. I think this is the one that I thought was gonna be nude, but it's not looking nude at all. I obviously have issues with my eyesight or something. Yeah, very, very pigmented. Oh man, this is not what I was looking for, unfortunately. So, but that might be my fault and not the promo picture's fault. Maybe I just didn't pay enough attention. I don't know, like, this looks like a very basic neutral pink with like a plummy undertone. Very similar to the other one. But now when I look at them side by side, the original one might have a little bit peach in it, and this one seems very cool tone. Yeah, like this to me is just not a smooth finish. Like if you have any sort of little scruff, some hair on your face, the way that it applies around it, it's very like weird, like small little patches. Nice. So I'm gonna apply the cream over it now. It's almost like you're using the powder just to create a base for the cream. I obviously did not get the memo. Or I did get the memo and I ignored it. It just looks much better after applying the cream. They look very similar to me. What do you guys think? Here's She's Seductive and here's She Goes to the Gym. One or the other, they're like so similar. This one is just slightly more pink plum versus this one has just a little bit more warmth and peachiness to it. Let me do the swatches side by side. Like maybe that will clear it out for us better of what the difference is, but it's really not that big of a difference. But let's first see them side by side, right? So here is She's Seductive, which when I looked at the pictures, I'm like, oh, this looks very like nude. And then on this side is She Goes to the Gym. They look so different from each other in the pan, but not that different from each other on the face. So you can see how this one is way more pink than She's Seductive, which looks like a peach blush here. But let's look at the cream swatches side by side. She's Seductive, She Goes to the Gym, She's Seductive, She Goes to the Gym. And to give you an update on the lipstick, like it's been like at least 10 minutes since I applied it. I can feel the uncomfortableness and I'm actually seeing like texture on the inside of the lip. All right, so the last product I have, I really hope this one doesn't disappoint me and I actually have high hopes for it. This is the new YSL blush. Will this give me the nude shade I was looking for? I mean, actually, it wasn't necessarily nude. When I looked at the shade, I did see that it was not nude, but it was very like kind of subtle. Nothing like too vibrant, and that's what I liked about it. And that's Nude, I thought it was called Nude Lavalier. It's number 44 J81E. Is there a name on the, yes, Nude Lavalier. Packaging is stunning. Like this to me cries luxury, like feels luxurious compared to the Patrick Ta. I mean, the component is still plasticky feeling, just like the Patrick Ta one, but this little touch of leather makes a huge difference. And this is what it looks like on the inside. Very beautiful. Well, since I already have Patrick Ta blush swatches on my arm, let's see how this one compares to the Patrick Ta one. Because I feel like this one might be very similar to the second shade, the She Goes to Gym. This looks very pink. It does not look nude at all. Oh my god. So it's this shade right here. Like that's the pink, that's even more of a vibrant color than the Patrick Ta blush is. Like that is pink. Why is this called Nude Lavalierre? There's an actual word nude in the shade name. All right, the moment of truth. I cleaned up this cheek, so let's see how this YSL blush looks. So scared. Very powdery. Oh wow, that's more pigmented than I thought it would be. Yep, feels like a pretty basic pink shade. Oh my god, this is not what I wanted. But the finish is beautiful. Like it's smooth, it's satiny looking, no patchiness anywhere. It's just like, you can clearly see that this powder formula is way better than the Patrick Ta powder formula. This is nice. It's really nice. Here, I mean, side to side, they look very similar to me. Like all these blushes that I'm trying out today are very similar to each other. Like that looks very similar. I didn't need any of this. Nothing. None of this has added something new and interesting to my collection. So I am personally disappointed, but I'm happy that at least I can tell you guys that the YSL formula is really nice. Like it looks really beautiful. I'm gonna put some powder on top of these blushes because they're way too pigmented for me. So obviously you guys know what my thoughts are. I regret making these purchases other than the YSL, because at least the YSL blush, because the formula is nice and the packaging is really nice with that leather finish on the top. Like it's a beautiful piece of artwork. It'll look pretty in my collection. And if I ever need this shade, I can, you know, reach into this, which is interesting because it looked very pink on the swatch on my arm, but it doesn't look like that bright of a pink. It looks more of like a dirtier pink on the cheeks, which I'm happy about because I do like those dirtier looking pink shades versus like the brighter ones. So at least not disappointed with the YSL packaging, formula, good. YSL lipsticks are not that great. My lips feel really dry. And if you can see, I'll bring you closer again. There's like a line right here. Like it looks bad. It's a liquid lipstick. It's not a lip stain. I hope this was helpful for you, because then maybe this makes you realize you don't need to spend your money on the YSL lipstick. You don't need a Patrick Ta duo. And maybe you think the YSL one is the way to go. Or maybe you don't need any of this. But I will leave the links for everything down below. If you want to purchase it, they will be affiliate links and I will make a small commission. But I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you liked the video, make sure you hit the like button. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification, because YouTube does not like me and never lets my subscribers know when I upload. So thank you. Bye.